Hello everyone! Welcome to Expeditions Viking, the full playthrough. I previously did a preview of the game, which encompassed essentially just the first portion of the game, and I've been really excited, looking forward to playing the rest of it. So let's go ahead and start up a new game. Before I do that, I had been considering the possibility of continuing where I left off in the preview, but you can't load up those old saves, so Logic Artists made that decision for me. Although I had already made that decision a while back to start fresh. So let's go ahead and jump in and do the new game. Now, there was a grayed out option in the preview for a voice, but it looks like they've gone with just one fixed voice for the characters. So, I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and create Elmendreda to be much the same. Now, I think that there may be some new portraits in here. Some of these I don't quite recognize that one. But it may just be that I didn't pay much attention to the portraits. But this is the one that we're going to go with. And, of course, we are going to be playing as Elmendreda, the Avatar, as always. And our father's name will be Auld. So that is the complexion that I want. I want green eyes. Let's go for red hair. We'll go with medium. Medium build. Not scarred. I want to be smooth. And for hair, we want the headband. We got the fancy tunic, which I like. Layered, which I like. And boots, which I like. Hey, the game knew what I wanted. For colors, we'll go with green as our primary color, and light blue for our secondary color, and gray for our pants. I like those colors, so we're basically going to be playing the exact same character. I do really like the outfits. Now, if the preview, what they were doing in the preview holds, there will come a point where we can create some new characters for to join our group as we go over to England. If that is the case, if that holds true in the released game, then I will be soliciting some suggestions. It'll be basically only 3. Patreon supporters will get priority, but then, if not enough Patreon supporters are interested in creating a character, I will be going to suggestions. Don't ask to join in this video or a later video. I will be putting up a video specifically about that, so no need to, don't get excited about it just yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and take care of our stats. I've already gone through a lot of these in the preview game, although there are some new things like the thegn axe and the sling. But I'll be looking at these when we actually play through the game, as opposed to right now, because I kind of want to jump into it. I had made Elmendreda a leader, and I think I'm going to go with that. I think that's a pretty good choice. But I was thinking about reducing her strength a bit, so I'm going to take that down to 8. That just reduces her physical damage, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to bump up sense and perception. So we've got slightly better perception and sense, which are both pretty good to begin with. Our finesse is horrible, and our endurance isn't so hot, but, I'm okay with that. Born to player father. Now, Avak has started a Let's Play, and his displayed correctly here. So I'm suspecting that this is just a bug with my install, and I'm going to need to uninstall and reinstall once the full game is out. But I'm okay leaving. Little bugs like that don't bother me too much. So we'll just put in the name. Born to Auld and Astrader in the year 769 Julian calendar, with captivating green eyes and hair the color of blood. You've grown to be a strong, keen, and wise woman, but of little grace. You are known amongst your clansmen as a foresighted leader with a great command of the battlefield. So our stats, our skills are bow and sword. I'm good with those options. I thought there was a shield. Oh, yeah, there's a shield option. We don't actually have that, but that's okay. There's Interrupt, which is free for all characters. This was locked out in the preview. Postpone a ranged attack until you have at least a 75% chance to hit an enemy during the enemy turn, or until an enemy closes to within 6 hexes. I like that. It's a pretty good skill. We've got Leadership, Tactical Move, and I will eventually be getting Healing, because Healing is awesome. On the utility skills, we've got Cooking, Diplomacy, and Preserving. So I am fine with those choices. And we've got no passive skills, which we'll just get as as the game progresses. Now, it does look like they've increased the cost of a number of these. I don't remember all of them, but where was it? Hardened, I think, is a lot more expensive now. Now it costs 12. But I could be misremembering. So, either way, it's not a big deal. Some of these are blocked out because we don't have proper ranks. But that's fine. Quick Feet. We are never going to get Quick Feet, which was a pretty good thing. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's go ahead and get to playing. Finish creating character. Are you satisfied with your character? Yes, I am.
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband.
Yeah, sounds good.
But he was not a strong chieftain to his clan.
Oh.
As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place.
You take that back about Ald.
Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership.
I'll stab
As
them.
they sought discord, our neighbors plot against us.
I'll stab them too.
Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norselands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
Oh, it will. It will indeed. Sustaining injuries does not put herdmen out of action, but they will incur penalties in and out of combat. Aid me, Odin, in my effort to bind the struggles of a bygone time as glimmering light on glass. I always feel like there's some missing... like a missing ending to that. It is the evening after your father's funeral. When you close your eyes, the image of his blazing ship shimmers in the dark behind your eyelids. It's not a common ritual this far south, but your mother Astrider, who hails from the lands of the Geats, insisted on it. All the thanes of the neighboring clans have come to attend your feast in his honor. Your father may not have been the most successful thane, but as a warrior he commanded the respect of many. The guests are filing into your longhouse. The thanes enter first, each trailing a modest group of warriors. Your mother leans in to whisper a few words of advice before she takes her seat. You should greet each of the thanes before the feast begins, but listen well to their words. Few of them would benefit from making this a smooth transition. It will be important to know where they stand. Okay, and we've got the tutorial. I'm going to leave it on for a little bit, just because, I mean, number one, there wasn't a tutorial in the preview, so it's interesting to see if there's anything that comes up that I don't think about. That scrolls pretty fast. Characters with golden nameplates have dialogue for you. Click on them to talk to them. The icon over your chair is the quest marker. You can turn these off in the game settings for a more independent play experience. Gold quest markers indicate mandatory objectives. Talking to the other thanes is not mandatory, marked by the silver quest markers, which indicate optional objectives. When you want to move on, just take a seat by clicking on your chair. Alright, let's take a quick look at the options that we have. I think I'm going to pop down the volume slightly. I just wanted a little bit higher for the opening sequence. I don't think that there is a key for, you know, clickable things, which is kind of a shame. But, you know, like a tab highlight type thing. But, you know, what are you going to do? I have set the difficulty to medium, although on medium difficulty, by default, it gives friendly damage 1.2 times and enemy damage 0.8. I'm going to bump that up to just 1 on each. So we do the same damage that they do, you know, make it an even playing field. We've got standard injury probability. You can put it a minus 5% chance or plus 25% chance. We'll leave it on default. Item degradation chance, 25, 50, 75, 100. This is the default. World resources, 1.2, 1.0, 0.8, 0.5. We'll leave it at 1.0. Karma thresholds, positive negative events equally limited. Karma favors the player. Negative events are less limited, and no limit on negative events. So we'll go ahead and do that. That seems pretty good to me. And then under miscellaneous, I've turned off show helmets, so that regardless of whether a character is wearing a helmet, they will never appear with the helmet. You know, makes it easier to distinguish people, and I like looking at the, you know, their hair and everything like that. I will turn this off if it gets annoying, but we'll leave the tutorials on. Display hexes, blood dismemberment. Oh yeah, of course, gotta have that. Always show markers. There's only area transitions and hide markers. We'll leave always show markers on. That's pretty helpful. Now under languages, we've got English, and then we've got English Norse names. And I was like, oh, hey, that will include the a letter name that I can't recall that is for a soft TH sound, for example, in Scothi. No. That turns like Rurik here into Horarker. I'm going with I'm gonna go with this. Kind of wish that there was like a middle ground, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's bad enough. You know, I'll have enough trouble pronouncing these things as it is. So, you know, we'll go with this. All right. Let's go ahead and, well, first of all, let's take a look at our fire pit. A rabbit stew bubbles over the fire pit, spreading a delicious smell throughout the longhouse. Tasty. The first sword your father forged. It's not a great weapon, but it's not a bad first effort. So we've got our father's sword in there. Not much else that we can look at. We can't... No, we can select it through the wall. Okay. Alright, there's Sigurdur Manadottir. Ljotur Lincoln Bjarnason. But let's go ahead and talk to our brother, Rurik Altsson. Your elder brother Rurik always had a penchant for music. He looks up and gives you a warm smile as you approach him. Gott kveld, sis. Rurik grins. I mean, my honored thane. How do you feel? I'm well, Rurik. I know our father is in Valhalla now. I'm fine, Rurik. How about yourself? I don't think it's quite sunk in yet that father is gone. I can't believe what a mess the old man left me. I like this third option. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet that father is gone. Rurik places a hand gingerly on your shoulder. You can barely hear his soft voice over the din of the feast. Father was a warrior. There's no doubt he's feasting with Odin now. I'm sorry I couldn't be the older brother I was expected to be. You don't deserve to have to deal with this mess on your own. How's everyone been treating you? If anyone disrespects you, let me know about it. I'll make sure it doesn't happen twice. Don't worry, I'm proud to take Father's place. have to go and be a good host. I'll talk to you later. How has everyone been treating you? Rourke sighs lightly. There have been some snide remarks, but Mother has always been more of a thane than our father ever was, so in a way this changes nothing. To tell you the truth, I think our clansmen are almost as relieved as I am that you took on the mantle. I have to go and be a good host. I'll talk to you later. Your brother flashes you a cheeky grin. Just use the old signal if you need help to get out of a conversation with one of the other thanes. I don't know what the old signal was. We've got Kettle, Cole Bjarnason.
Busy entertaining your guests?
And now we have some dialogue from certain characters. You can tell the important characters because they will have dialogue now. Kettle is standing off to a side, holding a horn full of mead. The young hunter appears to be watching the feast with a faintly amused expression, and he nods respectfully when you come near. Not too busy to check on you. Kettle shifts his weight restlessly. I've had an uneasy feeling all night. Have you seen School's housecarls over there in the corner? Rodgerda and Skaki? I've heard stories about them. Nafia seems to be expecting trouble too, so I've decided to go easy on the meat to keep an eye out. I appreciate that. Never hurts to be careful. He throws his head back slightly towards Aslafer. Speaking of which, keep an eye on the big lug back there. He and his friends have been putting their heads together all night. I think he might be planning something. Aslafer is family. He wouldn't attack me. I'll keep an eye on him. Leave the watch to me. This is your feast. You should relax and enjoy yourself. I'll alert you if something happens. And Helmfrider Crackson was saying something about someone. We've got Aldebrun Stierlogson, Thorolfur Jokelson, Skalagrimmer, Hallie Yorsdottir, Nefstein Mogelson. We can talk to Nafia Holmaner daughter. Let's go talk to her.
There you are. The feast seems to be off to a good start.
Hey, Nafia. Nafia is one of your oldest friends. Your families have always been close, and you grew up together in the village. She's just finished pouring your mother a mug of mead. It's nice to see you out of your armor for once. Nafia snorts sarcastically. You've seen my sister in this dress before. Surely that's the same thing. She closes her eyes and rubs the bridge of her nose with a finger. Gods, she was so excited to see me like this. I'll never hear the end of it. Where is Iphyra? A sardonic undertone creeps into Nafia's voice. My poor sister has a fever again. She has such a frail constitution. All this wet cold is hard on her. Mother stayed home to care for her. What do you think of our guests? She chuckles. Your fellow thanes are certainly a proud and graceful bunch, even as they plot to murder you and take our lands. You think that poorly of them? She grimaces. Oh, I'm sure not all of them are actively planning to kill us. I have a weird feeling about School, though. I doubt they call him Skullcleaver for no reason. Halfdanner plays the lovable old grump, but I know he's had his eyes on our harbor for years. Ragnhildur, I'm not sure about. She probably has nothing to gain from destroying us, but she's little more than Sigurdur Hringer's appendage, and who knows where he stands. Let's talk later. I have to go be a good host. Good luck, and watch your back. We've got Skaki down here, and Rodgerda. Halbjorn Dierbjarnarsson. Alfbjorn Fastason. Eir Dalksdottir. Haraldur Jokelson. And then, of course, Aslafer Grimvardarsson, Grimkel Eiriksson, and Olbjorn Munulfsson. Let's go ahead and talk to Aslafer. Hello, cousin. Where is Erlinger Thorgod? Good question. I haven't seen them all day. Yeah, they keep saying the same thing. Aslafer is a distant cousin. Leadership of the clan has moved between your side of the family and his for generations. He's known as a skilled warrior and a hard worker. Aslafer sits with his two closest friends.
Our condolences on the passing of your father. At least he died the way he would have wanted. He will be feasting with the gods tonight.
He looks up when you approach his end of the table. Neither of his friends acknowledges your presence. His tone is respectful, but slightly cold. Let's see. There's no need for pretense. You never respected my father. I will not ask that you begin now. Thank you. I hope there is no bad blood between us. I'll go with that option. Slafer seems to consider this for a while before replying. It's no secret I didn't agree with how Ald ruled our clan. Bearing this in mind, I don't see what gives you the right to succeed him. But this feast is in his honor, and I will not insult his memory here, nor will I challenge your claim to leadership. You believe you would be more suited to lead us? Or I could just end the conversation right now. Thank you for keeping these things separated. I'll go with this first one. Slafer leans forward and looks you directly in the eyes. I do. Because I am a woman? Because my father failed you? You are wrong. I hope you will give me a chance to prove it. You challenge my birthright, you will pay with your life. So these options, inquire options, are not mutually exclusive with the other options. The conversation will return here afterwards. And then, of course, Z's general options will progress the conversation. Well, let's see if it's because I'm a woman. He hesitates. Let's be honest, a woman has led this clan for some time now. Your mother's made all of the real decisions, while your father sated his bloodlust abroad. Now you're in charge because your brother is too meek to lead us. I won't hesitate to swear fealty to a woman who has earned her position as thegn. But when that position was granted to you simply because of the failures of the men who were meant to hold it, then it is time for change. Wait, I didn't get an option to go with the other. Aww. You're wrong. I hope you will give me a chance to prove it. Slafer simply nods once, and he returns his attention to his companions. Alright, well, let's go ahead and talk to Halfdanner here. Who I don't think had a portrait before, but I could be misremembering. I think at least some of them didn't. Halfdanner is the thegn of a slightly larger clan that borders your lands to the east. He wears a solemn expression and nods heavily when you approach him. Ald is in Valhall now, Elmendreda. There is no doubt about it. He died doing what he loved. But while he feasts among the heroes, you're left back here to sort out the pieces. You've got your work cut out for you. You speak ill of my father at his own funeral feast? What do you mean? Let's not challenge him. What do you mean? Your father managed to make quite a few enemies in his time. Most of them among his own clan. If you'll permit me to be honest, he never paid one speck of attention to the wishes or needs of his people. Surely you're not expecting your claim to leadership to go uncontested. I am the rightful thegn. If anyone thinks otherwise, we'll sort it out the traditional way. No one in this clan is more suited to lead than I. I'll win them over. I know many disagree with my appointment. It'll be a difficult transition. Let's go with this first option. I'm the rightful thegn. If anyone thinks otherwise, we'll sort it out the traditional way. Good. Worse problems than this have been solved at the tip of a spear or the edge of a blade. May the gods favor you if it comes to that. Halfdanner empties his mug of mead in a single gulp, then slams the mug onto the table and calls to a thrall for a refill. Alright, now let's talk to School Skullcleaver. Fine name if ever there was one. School Skullcleaver is the thegn of Yelling, which borders your area. Yelling is a large territory, and School is one of the most powerful thanes in Jutland. Yelling has prospered under his rule. Now, he did have a portrait before. I don't think Halfdanner did. But again, I could be misremembering. School pushes himself away from the table with his foot, the chair making a grinding sound across the wooden floor. His face shows earnest sympathy. Elmendreda, my girl, so sorry about your father. If there's anything the people of Yelling can do to aid you in these trying times, don't hesitate to ask. That's very kind of you, Thane School. Thank you, but we'll be fine. We'll go with the first option. Of course, we must all stand together against the Frankish threat. School leans toward you, resting his elbow on the table. Tell me, what are your plans for this place? How will you lead your clan? Got quite a few options here. That is my business, School. It's too soon for that kind of planning. I'll start by expanding our defenses. We need a new ship, first of all. We need the favor of the gods if we are to prosper. I wish to be an attentive thane. I'll start by building a folk moot. I'm leaning towards the new ship or the Folkmoot. I think getting, prosperity back under us, is first and foremost. So I'm gonna go with a new ship. A subtle smirk twitches under School's thick beard. Of course, you wouldn't want to renege on your clan's duties to King Sigurdur. Just take care not to give in to the calling of the sea like your father did. He lets out a deep sigh and leans back into his seat. I'm sure you know I fought with your father many years ago. We were very much of a similar inclination, he and I. That man had a real taste for battle, not like his brothers. Mark my words, Elmendreda, true bonds are forged in battle, not bound in blood. He came to me for advice before he mounted his last journey, on account of my ties to Kaupang. I should have warned him better about what he was getting himself into. What does Kaupang have to do with it? He knew what he was getting into, but he went anyway. He should have stayed here and minded his clan. Let's remain silent. But I've taken too much of your time already. I know you have other guests to entertain. Perhaps we'll talk later, after a bit more mead. School nods more to himself than you, and turns his attention to the food on the table. Okay. And now we'll talk to Ragnhildur the White. Ragnhildur the White is the most influential of your guests. As a vassal of King Sigurdur Ring, she is the current ruler of Denmark. She has come from the trade hub of Ribe to the south, where she presides as Jarl. She nods politely as you approach her seat. It was a beautiful ceremony, Elmendreda. I extend my condolences for your loss on behalf of Ribe and of the king. I must tell you, I had advised him not to seek out the isles across the sea. We've all heard the stories of the unprotected coasts and their treasures, but there is more danger than the rumors let on. I am not surprised they claimed his life, but I am glad at least he died with a sword in his hand. So we can ask, did you know Aldwell? Thank you for accepting the invitation. We are honored that you could make it. I was hoping the king himself would attend. Yeah, let's not go with that. We are just a lowly thane. Did you know Aldwell? I knew him as a warrior. We fought together on the Bravelier, and he struck me as a shrewd tactician. When your king needs you, I hope that you will serve him as well as your father did. I will serve, you have my word. My father taught me everything he knew about combat. My warriors and I fight for whomever can offer the best reward. I see no reason I should fight for King Sigurdur. I like the second option. My father taught me everything he knew about combat. Ragnhildur smiles conspiratorially. That is another mark in the man's favor. I never saw a reason why women shouldn't be taught to fight just like any man. A village where the women folk know how to hold a sword is a village with twice as many warriors, after all. Thank you for accepting the invitation. We are honored that you could make it. Your reputation with Ribe is increased by 1. Excellent. Of course, your father's sword will be missed in our struggles against the Franks. If you'll excuse me, I must do the rounds. Enjoy the feast. The old shield maiden smiles. She gracefully slides back down into her seat, whereupon she spears a large piece of chicken with her knife and dumps it on her plate. And all that's left is to take our seat, but that is going to be next time. See you then, everyone.